Hey Rock Hill, I want to give you a heads up on what's coming this weekend. We're going to be taking a special offering for church planting. Part of it's going to be going to help the Acts 29 Church Planting Network, of which we're a part of, and then part of that's going to stay in-house and help us to plant more churches over the next year or two. So that's going to be a special offering in addition to the regular one that we take that supports the ministry and the vision and the mission of Rock Hill. So just wanted to give you a heads up on that. This week we're going to be talking about church planting and how it relates to our long-term vision. As a pastor, going in, I had a few things that were just non-negotiable, and there were four things that we'll unpack a little bit more this weekend. But the first is that Rock Hill always needs to be a church where people are meeting Jesus. That if Rock Hill becomes a church that only ministers to those who are already saved, we are completely missing when it comes to our mission and our vision. And so we want people to declare their allegiance to Jesus, and that happens biblically through baptism. As people meet Jesus, they are baptized and publicly declare their faith in Christ. But in addition, we also need to be a church that allows for people to grow up and mature in their faith. That it's not a mile wide and an inch deep kind of place, but that we're a church where Christians are challenged to live out the mission and the vision of Jesus, where we begin to battle against sin and experience different levels of maturity in following Jesus. So that happens also as we embrace the gospel. Third, we want to be a church that is planting other churches, that has a vision for our city and our region that goes beyond simply our gatherings and our things, but that we work diligently and hard to start new works, to begin new communities of faith in different parts of the city and different parts of the region that are going to be more effective in reaching a certain segment of the population or a certain style or whatever it might be, but theologically sound, gospel-loving, Jesus-preaching churches. I'd love to see 30 or so of them planted in my lifetime in this region. And then finally, in order to make that happen, we need to be a church that is developing and multiplying leaders. That the best way to identify church planters is to see them in the context of ministry and train the called, not call the trained. And so as people are leading missional communities, as people are growing in their understanding of God, our desire is to identify some of those key leaders and train them through things like Porterbrook and internships and church planting residencies. So if you want to hear a little bit more about what God's got planned for us, not just in the near future, but over years, come and hear our vision as we write it in pencil, because God may change things, but come and hear what God might do over the next 30, 40 years at Rock Hill. Love you guys. I am privileged to be able to pastor you and to lead you as we corporately live out Jesus' mission together.